All right, so back in 2013, there was a movie called Europa Report. It was a low budget sci fi movie. It was really cool. And this was about them going to Europa. They have no idea what they're going to encounter, and they drill underneath the ice, and they end up encountering this alien that, of course, sadly kills the entire crew. But let me tell you one thing, this movie in itself is what sparked my curiosity about an alien ocean in general. Like, it's literally because of this movie that I was so obsessed with Subnautica. It planted the seed of obsession with not only seeing other planets, but an underwater ocean. It was so fascinating to me. And so that brings us to a game called Europa One. Now, this game right here, sadly, there isn't really a whole lot to it. It just came out on Steam a few days ago, and it's really cool. It's kind of like a Subnautica clone, but think about it just sort of lacking quite a bit. So I started playing this game, and there's no music, there's really not a whole lot of even sound, and there's no textures or biomes or anything. Basically what you're doing is you're in a submarine, and you're documenting these species, and you are underneath the ocean in Europa, and you have to have them documented for 45 seconds. You have to have them on camera for that long in order to get the information, the data that you need. So think about it kind of like Subnautica meets Pokemon Snap, sort of. And so, you know, I really wasn't, I'll admit, I wasn't quite satisfied with the way it turned out. It still could be a relaxing game to play, but it still lacks and needs a lot more added to it. So, with that being said, I went ahead and commented on the Steam post, and I asked the developer, I said, I'm just wondering, you know, will there be added more in time? Is the game still like in an early access state? I'd like to see more added to it, biomes, textures, you know, that kind of thing. So he did reply to me, and keep in mind that this is his first game, from what I can see. And he says it's definitely a possibility. The plan was to keep the scope of the project small to avoid feature creep, which could have led to the project becoming too complex to handle, which I totally get. With that being said, however, I do have some potential plans to expand the game. Small things, such as a mission briefing before the game starts, could be a simple way to add depth to the experience. A species catalog or some sort of observation mode at the end could be added. Water motion sounds could hint at an unseen creature nearby. As for larger changes that would add new gameplay elements and more complex content, I may have to do some significant code rewrites since the current game base is rather convoluted and therefore difficult to build upon. Fortunately, the experience I gained from making Europa One will greatly aid in possible future versions of the game. The exploration of an alien ocean is as the basis for a game is fascinating to me too, and I feel that there's a ton of room to grow for Europa One. I can't make any guarantees regarding future content, as I do need to be careful and avoid burnout from working on the same project too long. I have multiple other game prototypes which I may choose to pursue as well. If Europa One starts to gain significant traction in the coming weeks and months, expanding it will definitely move up on my priority list. So with that being said, there's a good chance he will be adding more to this game, but I highly, if you are on the market for other Subnautica-like games, and you would, I would definitely keep an eye on this developer, because he has a strong fascination with alien oceans, and we know he has more projects in development. So if you're not interested in purchasing it, you could at least follow it for updates in the future. Follow this developer, Wicked Rooster, and he will definitely be pumping out some other ocean-like games without a doubt. But he's also hoping that he will get some success with this game, and that would encourage him to add more to it. So I would actually encourage everyone to purchase this, and that way we can see more of these kinds of games. I think the platform is good. What he's got going is good, but it definitely needs more. And if we want this developer to add more to it, purchase it on Steam to help him out, guys.